Okay, so we are E79 Gold Mines. We're a West Australian focused gold explorer. We've got 2 flagship projects in the goldfields of Western Australia. Please see our standard disclaimer. So the company has an experienced management. They're part of the management team from Integra Mining. When that was sold to Silver Lake, they formed Staveley Minerals and discovered there. And this company really is their return to the eastern goldfields of Western Australia. We have 2 large projects in Western Australia, one in the Laverton South area and one up in the Murchison area. These are in large-scale greenstone belts with prolific gold. Our strategy of putting our drill money, putting it in the ground. About 70% of our money to date has been spent in the ground. You can see our directors on the left there, led by Chris Cairns and Peter Ironside, and Deborah Lord rounding out the board. You can see our corporate information on the right. Probably just like to highlight our cash in hand at the moment, still sitting at $4.5 million, funding the next couple of phases of our exploration work. As mentioned, the company has 2 projects. We have about 355 kilometres in the Laverton South area. This is part of the Laverton tectonic zone. This is a large, deep-seated structure. And our second project is up in the Murchison goldfields. We have about a bit over 500 square kilometres up there, and the Murchison goldfields are another prolifically endowed region. Focusing in now on the Laverton tectonic zone, our Laverton South project, you can see shaded in grey the Laverton tectonic zone. So this structure runs for about 250 kilometres. You can see the table on the left. It's a little bit hard at this scale, but it's listing the larger deposits within the region, really highlighted by the Granny Smith, Wallaby and Sunrise Dam deposits. These deposits are all clustered south of the town of Laverton, and the northern and central parts of the Laverton tectonic zone are quite well explored, but the southern region, where E79 is located, is underexplored. While we do say it is underexplored, it has had recent exploration success. In the last 10 years or so, Breaker Resources found the Lake Row Gold Project and the Bombora deposits. That's now sitting at over 1.5 million ounces, and Ramelius with the Rebecca Gold Project. So that was found by Apollo and then bought by Ramelius. We're keenly interested now that Ramelius have taken over Breaker. So now we have the 2 million-ounce undeveloped deposits under the same ownership. Within this region, you can see our tenements in the gold colour, and we have the Pingen area and Lake Yandana. One of the appeals of the Pingen area is its previous owner, St Barbara, had created a number of drill targets. They did a big planning operation, they got everything ready, and then they left the area. So this enabled us to come in soon after listing. I think we were drilling within a month after listing, and come in and test these areas. They created 4 main walk-up drill targets, and it's again a little bit hard to see. These follow stratigraphic targets along in the region, and off our tenement, but within the stratigraphy, is Kerguela's Gift. So drilling in 2011 hit 33 metres at 3.1 grams per tonne. This sits a couple of kilometres off our tenement, and this is just showing that the ground in the area really is capable of thick, high-grade mineralisation. We've spent most of our time to date on Target 3, which sits to the north of Kerguela's Gift. We used air core drilling there. St Barbara had drilled a few lines, and they had found gold towards the bottom of a paleo channel. We extended that to the south, and we started finding more thicker grade, anomalous gold. We're talking in the 20 metres at 0.2 grams per tonne kind of region. But what we were most excited about is that this is sitting under the paleo channel. So this is in situ gold. We ended up having around about a 2.6 kilometre long zone of anomalous gold down to about 200 metres. Within that zone of anomalous gold, there's about 1,200 metres where we're getting plus 1 gram per tonne hits, and they're existing down to 200 metres. Along with that, it's quite a robust system. We're finding that The gold is focused in the demagnetised stratigraphy. We're getting gold along a granite greenstone contact along the eastern side of a granite there. We're getting evidence of fluid flow, maybe describing to us how the gold is deposited. And at the moment it's open into the north-south and at depth. So once we knew that this granite, the eastern side of this granite, was where we wanted to be, we did a gravity survey and found a potential northern extension to the granite and also a southern offset. The southern offset has been drill tested already, and we currently have an air core rig on site at Target 3 and an RC rig on site. So the job of the RC rig really is to test at depth. So the work that we've done so far has enabled us to draw some parallels with some of the deposits in the region. So you can see up here we've got two maps. The left-hand side is the Granny Smith gold mine and the right-hand side is our underexplored target. They're both within 3 kilometre long zones of anomalous gold. They're both on the eastern side of a small granitic intrusion, and they both have a pod of low-grade mineralisation towards the top of the granite. At the Granny Smith mine, this gets into high grade as the morphology changes as you go deeper into the granite, and that's the area that we're currently testing with an RC rig. We hope to have results in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and hopefully we can have some good news for the shareholders. Also within the zone, the Laverton South area is our target 4 east. This is along the Pingen Fault. So this is a 30 kilometre long structure. There's open pit gold mines at either side. We've got Patricia in the north and the Trouser Legs deposit in the south. We drilled this with air core drilling. We found results 8 metres at 0.4, 4 metres at 0.47. This is really just narrowing in the search space. We'll do some more drilling in this current program and then think about drilling it with the with the RC, just looking more at depth and seeing what we can see. Still within the Laverton South area is Lake Yindana. This is a real first mover opportunity. It's a large tenement. It's over a mapped granite that historically mapped as a granite, which discouraged exploration. We started doing some work there before we listed and found with the minor amount of historic drilling that there's actually a greenstone there. After listing, we did some gravity surveys and found about 25 kilometres of untested greenstone within the world-class Laverton tectonic zone. As well as the greenstone, we also found a number of intrusions with the gravity data, and these are all, we have drill plans for these. We're going through the final stages of heritage surveys and we'll be on there hopefully within the next 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll carry on. We'll go target 3, we'll go target 4, and then we'll drill here. One of the reasons that we do like this area is by creating this new search space, we're essentially first people in, and the largest deposits in a new search space are typically found early because they have the largest signatures. Our second project is the Murchison project. This is west of Meekatharra. We have about 500 square kilometres. The largest mine in the region is Big Bell. That sits about 45 kilometres to the southwest. We have about 90 kilometres of strike of the Big Bell Shear and associated structures. The region is prospective for gold. It has base metals, it has lithium, it has platinum, and it has iron ore. The northern part of this tenement package was with us when we listed. So we undertook a gravity survey to delineate where the greenstones are. We've recently tested about 35 kilometres of this greenstone using an auger rig. Those results have come back and were announced this morning. They show a number of gold targets, but highlighted by a high priority gold target, 800 metres long. We see it in multiple lines of the drilling. Has a number of pathfinders with it. There's also copper targets there and lithium targets. So once our drilling at Laverton South is done, we'll move the operations up here and we'll spend a couple of months doing our early stage drilling. The southern area was recently acquired from Gascoyne. We'll do a gravity survey over that. similar to the north. That's scheduled in for July, and then we'll follow that up with Auger and test that area as well. So just to summarise, we have a strong management team. They've explored before, they've discovered before, they've developed before, and we plan to do it again. We have good ground, large land holdings in prolific greenstone belts. We have a strategy of putting our money in the ground, doing as much drilling as the money will allow, and that's the story. So thank you all for listening.